Hello everyone, and now welcome to game 2 in the set between DS, and San here on Whirlwind. Now someone asked me, do I have the game 3 in that best of 3 set? These are not actually a best of 3 series. These are all going to be 2-game sets, and the way that the system works in the Taiwan Esports League is that every set you play, you have the potential to win 3 points. If you win both your games, you get 3 points. If you win one game, you get 1 point. If you lose all your games, then you get 0 points. So right now, San spawning on the bottom left-hand side of the map as the red Protoss is trying to make a clean 2-0 victory over DS so that he can earn 3 points. Meanwhile, DS is trying to get on the board and at least come home with 1 point in this victory, as he does not want to get blanked with a 0. At the end of the round robin play, the top, I believe, 12 players will then be seeded into a double or a single or double elimination bracket, and then be played into the standard quarterfinals, semifinals, final matches. So hopefully I will be able to bring you guys all those games as the game now unfolds here on Whirlwind. DS now spawning over here on the top right hand side of the map. So far we see very similar builds coming in from both of these players, and I gotta say that I don't agree with DS's use of Phoenixes. Phoenixes are extremely expensive, 250 resources, and they didn't really do much in that fight. If you take into consideration Guardian Shields reduce the amount of damage per attack by 2. Because Phoenixes normally deal 10 damage, 5 times 2, you would think to yourself, okay, that's not too bad. But once you add in that Guardian Shield, instead of dealing 10 damage, they're only dealing, I believe, 6 damage, and then once you get into the actual armor of the Colossus, you're only dealing 4 damage in attack. 4 damage per second, as opposed to a single Void Ray. That Void Ray could have dealt a lot more damage, 16 damage per attack, 32 damage per second. Before you start calculating all of those Guardian Shields, I think it still comes into somewhere at least in the 20 range, and that would have been much more effective. Coming across here though, we can see that there are double assimilators coming in from both of these players, both assimilators having 3 workers at a time, as we are now looking into a fast mothership core once again by DS. Now, making its way across the map, we already see San placing an unusual pylon. This pylon here is about a third of the way over to his opponent. You are going to see one zealot now slipping out here, as the probe does want to confirm that his opponent is coming from this side. He now definitely knows, as there's no way a mothership core could have been coming in from the top left and tried to do a little bit of a fake juke. Now, mothership core trying to chase away this probe. The probe is going to just take a look inside the space, get all the information it needs to glean, and then try and head back out. But the Stalker does have a different plan for that probe, and that probe has ended up in the junkyard. Double Stalkers. Mothership core now looking to back off here. DS perhaps trying to play a little bit more defensively, perhaps a little bit concerned about what he sees. At the same time, we can see that there is double or 2 Stargates coming in from both players. Now, Stargates are extremely effective in Protoss versus Protoss, as SkyToss has really opened up with the changes to the prismatic alignment on the Void Ray, and also the use of the Oracle. The Oracle is essentially a harassment unit similar to a Banshee when trying to raid mineral lines, and basically is really extremely effective if there is enough energy on that Oracle. That Oracle can 2-shot any probe, take them down, and really cause a heavy nightmare. The problem though will be that mothership core perhaps trying to lay down a photon overcharge, as we now see San just doing a quick flyby there, and will end up all the way back home with this mothership core taking very minimal damage, if any whatsoever. Armored, mechanical, and psionic, Stalker and probe hiding down over here. We can see still another proxy pylon coming in, as we already have DS now looking to establish up his natural expansion. Now, Whirlwind is one of the larger maps out there, so I am not surprised by this. And it will take quite a bit of time for both sides to really truly engage against each other. Phoenix is now on the move out, and the Phoenix is extremely effective. And oh, a beautiful move by San, purposely engaging against those Phoenix, or engaging against the Phoenix, letting it trap itself, and then finally engaging. You can see that superior number 2-on-1. DS trying to exchange blows with another Phoenix there, ends up losing that Phoenix, and now he is down in that Phoenix count. That is huge, as we now see a 250 resource difference between these two armies. Also, we can see from the looks of the map over here, Nos is going for a Twilight Council and finally playing a little bit of catch up with that Nexus. And what is this? Perhaps a group of Phoenixes going to do, the Squadron of Phoenixes. There is plenty of Graviton Beam between the four of them, and with that they may come in and take down 6 to 8 Phoenixes in just a matter of seconds. 3 Phoenixes chasing after the illusion, able to take it down with no effort whatsoever, and now we are still adding more and more Phoenixes by Rush. Rush really hoping for air superiority. Meanwhile, San now transitioning into Dark Shrine. Dark Shrine extremely effective against Stargate of old, especially if the Protoss player doesn't use the Oracle and give it its detection ability. Here you go, Phoenixes are engaging, and oh, the Phoenix does not get picked off. We may see some Graviton Beam here in just a moment, and oh, what are we going? There is the engagement there. Phoenixes are going to try to engage, no Guardian Shield, both sides still fighting. You can see another Stalker will get taken down, and perhaps a Zealot or 2 will get taken down as well. This is not looking good for San. San losing a couple quick Zealots as the Phoenixes made their way over. There is one proxy pylon up here on the high ground. DS still does not know about it. Wow, that is just beyond sight range of that Phoenix, as the unit's now looking to back off. San knows that he is a little bit behind here, perhaps bit off a little bit more than he could chew, moving out and really unable to deal the necessary damage to dwindle that Phoenix number. Phoenix number is now 6-3 in favor of DS. And what are these Phoenixes really looking to do here? One hallucinated Phoenix down here, another real one bringing up the rear, as the Phoenixes do fly extremely quickly and are able to bank and maneuver and perhaps take down a couple of these probes. But there is that mothership core. We can see that there are 3 Phoenixes, and with that photon overcharge, things can go from bad to worse very, very quickly. Down over here, we can see Dark Templars have made their way in, no detection whatsoever, and this is huge. Oracle now trying to be trained by Rush in order to clear up, as we now see that there are Phoenixes coming in to try and take down some of these units. Alright, there is a Graviton Beam between them, but right now too much energy focused onto this Nexus here. Are we going to spot it in time? The reveal, oh, what the heck? How does that Oracle not have enough energy? Oh, there are Dark Templars now inside the main as well, so perhaps splitting between the two, and that was a problem. So far, another Oracle does need to be trained, no detection whatsoever, and San just having a field day with all of these units here. Probes now trying to get away. You can see a small army coming in. This probe group was able to finally take down that pylon here, but what is going down? Oh, a beautiful bit of mineral pathing to get all the way back, as we now see the Phoenixes making their way back in. So far, no units are inside. This is looking extremely bad, as the Nexus down here at the natural has fallen, and San is just having an absolute field day with this one Dark Templar. Dark Templar down to, or up to 17 kills before it does get shot down, but I believe the damage is done. A 30 worker advantage. His opponent with 3 times the number of workers nearly, and all DS can really do is perhaps hope that San makes some sort of critical mistake somewhere. 94 supply versus 55. Army is now on a bit of a move. You can see that the Oracle is trying to catch up, trying to detect. There is the Graviton Beam taking down that one Dark Templar. Oracle being used as a detector, very important here, as we now see that the Oracle is going to run out in just a moment, and there is the Phoenix numbers. Stalkers now coming in to engage. Oh, the Oracle is simply too slow, unable to fight back here, as we now see the Void Ray coming in with a bit of an engagement. Zealots now making their way over. Blink Stalkers now coming in as well, as we are going to see a little bit of a fight here. All of a sudden, DS looking extremely strong with one Void Ray and that prismatic alignment. Let's take a look at the losses. DS has lost a bit more, but he is making a small comeback. He is still down 30 supply in terms of workers, and with the Photon Overcharge here, I do not believe DS can really expect to extend his visit any longer. Probes now looking to perhaps retreat and return back home. Still no Nexus down here at that natural expansion, and this is not looking good at all for DS. DS needs to figure out what to do, as Dark Templars now going to be making their way in once more. Do we see an Observer? No. Do we see an Oracle inside the base? No. And with that, this could be another high-killing Dark Templar, already at 5 kills, and it is going to continue to get more kills. Already up to 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, no, gonna go after the Zealot instead, as we now see an engagement coming in here. Oracle gonna come in and try to fight. There are Photon Cannons, and what was that? Feedbacks onto the Phoenixes before perhaps we are, yes, merging into Archon. A beautiful play to try and neutralize the Phoenixes. And now the Immortals are going to go ahead and join in on the fight. The Time Warp, however, a little bit of a tricky situation, as the Photon Overcharge dealing a lot of damage. And there, in fact, is the GG. San winning every game in his premier weekend of the TESL, going 4-0 and having a good, solid 6 points. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed this set here, with San taking out DS, Russia's DS in a straight 2-0 victory.